Right, welcome back. Part 2. Si, I hope you're still doing well. I hope part 1 wasn't
Yeah, I'm ready.
too
Ready
much
to
of a
beat you
downer.
in this half the challenge.
I
Ready to
think,
win this half the challenge.
yeah, I think I've got the harder sort of challenge on this one. Much bigger fight for me here. Scotland versus England, international stage. England, as much as it kills me to say this, and I don't even know if I want to say this because then the thing will be there forever. But I think England probably have the better squad. I
You
say
just play a team of
probably.
left back. Can't you play a team of left backs?
I should have just played like a tactic of like four wide
Play
players and
down
just
the
had
left.
like Robbo, Tierney, Hickey, Taylor, and then fucking James Forrest or something further up the park. Would have been perfect.
Ryan Fraser. You could put Ryan Fraser in as well.
Fraser, yeah, controversially, I dropped him for quite a bit and then he got annoyed at
Oh,
me, but we'll get into that. So, we start off in 2020 with the European League, well, the Nations League. Do you want to run through your sort of mainstay 11? Who was the main players that you called up upon?
yeah, sure. So I played a similar tactic to what I did with Pompey.
Yep,
Actually, it was a four at the back.
yep,
Pick. Well, so my goalkeeper started out as Henderson, ended up as Pickford, which we can talk about shortly. Um, And then at centre back, a rotation normally between Stones, Gomez, Maguire. Eric Dyer played a couple of games as well.
okay,
But normally Gomez, Stones, and Maguire would be the main three. Right back would be Arnold, although Reece James played a couple. I think Trippier maybe played a game, and Walker often came on as a sub for Arnold.
okay,
Left back Chilwell.
yep,
Um, Dean Henderson sitting in a role just in front of the defence. I think Eric Dyer might have played a couple. Kelvin Phillips might have played a few as well. In front of him, Mason Mount.
right,
Again,
yep,
that probably rotated with a few players. And then the front line, typically Kane. Kane was my main striker, of course. Why wouldn't you take Kane as your main
of
striker?
course, yep,
And then Calvert-Lewin sort of rotated in and around
mm-hmm.
because he was quite a useful player. Behind Kane, there was quite a lot of players who sat in that position. So Grealish did it sometimes. Oxlade-Chamberlain did it sometimes. Depends sort of who was fit. And then on the wings, Sterling, Rashford, Sancho, Greenwood, they all sort of came in. James Ward-Prowse also had that centre mid position a couple of times for a few games.
Very good
So
pick. Yep,
that was pretty much the team.
nice. So, no room for Wan-Bissaka.
No room for Wan-Bissaka. I don't even know if he made into my. I don't know if he played once.
Because you've not really got that much controversial team there. I was expecting some big calls.
James Justin played a few times.
What
On
about
the left back position?
Phil Foden? Any space for him?
Foden came in a few
Yeah.
times, but I don't think he got many games.
Fair enough.
He got many games.
Yep. So I'll run through mine. So I had the best keeper in the world, David Marshall, in goals as you would expect. Big goalkeeper, saved a lot of penalties actually, which I was ecstatic about. My right back, I would have had the choice between Patterson and O'Donnell. I didn't actually call Patterson up at all. I had O'Donnell, and then I had Hanley, Cooper. Played most of my games with Robertson out on the left side. Tierney got injured just before the first tournament,
Oh,
so I
bad
was
injury.
no. I think it was like 2 months, so he missed like the first major tournament. But then I just never called him back up because Robertson was just doing well, which I didn't expect. Having played like the Euros quite a lot with Scotland, I usually don't play Robbo, but he was doing well, so he stayed, and we just never called Tierney back up to the squad. I then played Ryan Jack in like an anchorman kind of role just in front of them, who usually performed really well. And then I had McGregor and McSauce, e.g. McGoat, e.g. Scott McTominay, kind of in a sort of box to box role. Who else did I play in there? I think we played like David Turnbull. I think played a little bit in there. Ryan Christie played more of it. John McGinn played quite a bit in that midfield as well. And then my main attacking midfielder was Turnbull. I think we swapped him with Christie a little bit. And then I had Sakiri Dembele. I called him up because he opted to come play for Scotland. I think he's actually at Portsmouth, I think, in real life. Not Portsmouth, sorry. Peterborough. He's at Peterborough. Sorry, yeah. Same starts. We called him up. Didn't do that great for me, but I wanted to use a different player. And then who else? We had Kevin Nisbet from Hibs play in that role a lot. And then we had the one and only Lawrence Shankland as our attacking forward striker,
Frankland is your striker. Ooh.
and he banged goals for days.
Oh, was he good? He worked
he
out
was
all right.
really good.
Can never get him to work out.
One of my games against Israel, he banged a hat trick. It was unstoppable in a few games. So that was my mainstay team. I don't really think there's too much controversial in there. Maybe Ryan Gold, but I don't think he's good enough at this stage to get into it. Especially when I'm a Turnbull stan, so he's always going to be there ahead, I'm afraid. James Forrest I did call up, but playing in a 4-1-2 narrow kind of formation, I don't think him or Ryan
in a narrow
Fraser,
thing, get used.
they just don't work. He can play as like a striker. We've played him there in real life, but it's
Ollie
just not the
McBurney?
best. McBurney, I dropped him straight away.
You choose Che Adams.
I think I used him once or twice. I know, actually, I don't even know if I called him up, because
I don't know if you can call him up.
you can ask him to
Because you
change.
declared recently, didn't you?
I've certainly played him in like my Twitch saves, but I don't think I called him up in this, actually, now that I think about it. I also called up Stevie May from St Johnstone, who played a couple games. So yeah, my main strikers were Dembele, Shankland, Stevie May and Nisbet. Nisbet's actually got some nasty stats in this. He flies under the radar a little bit. But right, so...
Was it Karamoko Dembele?
No, Sakiri.
Sakiri Dembele.
Yeah, the one from Peterborough.
Oh yeah, sorry, you just said
He's English, but he has like a Scottish connection, so he actually came out.
Karamoko Dembele does as well, doesn't he?
He does. I didn't speak to him though. I thought once again another player that wouldn't get into my squad anyway because of the
Scotland, isn't
the
he?
weight.
IRL.
Yeah. He's
English
plays,
Ivorian. Oh, he's eligible for England, Scotland, and Ivory Coast.
Yeah, I think he wants to play for England in real life though, which is understandable. So who's in your European International League? Who do you have?
I'll check. I would just say I looked at Aaron Wan-Bissaka. He didn't even play a game for me. Neither did Ox actually. I thought Ox did, but Ox didn't. I must have used different players. I think Grealish and Sancho must. Foden was the one who sat in behind. Sorry. Okay, who was in my group? It was quite a tough group. Belgium, Denmark. I mean, this is the Nations League, so you do get a quite tough group. Belgium, Denmark, and Iceland.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that'll probably be the same as the real life group, innit? I know mine was, so it should be. How did you finish?
Division A.
Yeah,
we're Division A.
I'm Division B, Group B, so I'm
Scotland Division B.
A lot lower down. Yeah,
you should get some easier teams, I suppose.
Well, you say that. I had Slovakia, Czech Republic, and Israel. So Israel were kind of the battering boys of the group. Despite I think they actually might have beat me. Yeah, they beat me 2-1 in one of the games. I finished third in that. I had Czech Republic finish second and Slovakia finished first. Slovakia.
I hope that lawnmower's not too loud, Veggie. There's a lawnmower going on outside. Can you hear it?
Nah, I can't hear it at all.
Alright, fine, cool. Because I can hear it through my headphones.
If that's in the recording, blame the lawnmower. I done a record another day and it was a helicopter.
Ready for the game.
Yeah, so where did you finish?
I won it. I won the group.
You won it? Wow.
I won every game.
Really?
I beat Belgium 3-2 away from home. I beat Denmark 3-1 at home. I beat Iceland 3-0 at home. I beat Belgium 6-1 at home.
Jeez, that's big.
Denmark 1-0 and Iceland 3-0 again.
Jeez,
so we smashed the group. We conceded 4 goals and we scored, let's see, 19.
Wow, okay, fair enough. Yeah, I only finished on 7 points. I had 2 wins. That was a 4-0 against Israel and a 2-1 against Czechs. Drew 0-0 with Slovakia. And then everyone beat me on like the reverse legs of those. So then for me after that, I start playing my Euro Championship playoffs to get into the Euros. So this would have been embarrassing if we then go to talk about the Euros.
Who are you against?
So my first game is against Serbia, which follows the real life schedules.
In real life? They had Serbia in real life?
Yeah, it was Serbia in real life as well. I think it was. Actually, is it Serbia? Is that who the big striker for Fulham? I think it is, yeah. No,
Mitrovic.
It is. Mitrovic, yeah, he's Serbian, isn't he? That's who we had in real life as well. So I beat them 1-0 thanks to a 54th minute Grant Hanley header. The big man steps up and scores. The game's very close in terms of goals, XGs and shots, but thankfully the boys managed to see it out at the back. Next up for me then becomes Norway. Now, you might think Norway's a reason, not easy, but quite a a decent game.
No, they got some good. They're in a
They
golden
do.
generation.
Yeah, this is what I'm about to follow up with. They have
Chris
a very good
Bayer,
squad.
Haaland.
Yep. They've got Josh
Um,
King. They've got Thorsby, was
yeah,
actually their man of the match. They've got Odegaard, Berg, Justin in
Odegaard, yeah.
goals, and then Haaland and Sorloth up
It's
top.
incredible they've not qualified. To be fair,
Yeah,
but it is a young team. Other than Josh King, it's a young team.
Yeah.
I don't even know how old Josh King is. I think he could probably play one more tournament.
let me check. He's 29 years old.
Yes, he could probably play
Yeah.
one more tournament.
So we actually win this game 3-1. Lauren Shanklin scored twice, got an 8.3
Nice.
rating, scored in the 12th minute, 68th, 75th minute, and then Thorsby scores for them in the 88th minute. And I think at this point I'm fully defensive, shouting focus every 2 seconds at them, being like, please just get me through this game, get me into the Euros, do not embarrass me. Which is
Just
good.
one leg.
Just one leg, yeah. Because I think in real life we beat Serbia on penalties. I want to say maybe Norway we beat them on penalties as well. I can't remember now. But then anyway, we go into 2021 and we start the World Cup qualifiers.
Yeah.
We have Ireland, Germany, Belarus and Lithuania. And I'm thinking, not a bad group here. I was really worried about Germany before I realised that they actually don't have the licence that I then got told. So none of the players on the team
But
are
they,
real.
they call up like the fake players. If you got the license thing in, I've got it installed, so they would have had the
I
players.
do. Right, well, thankfully I didn't have that. So I managed to top that group. Well, so far I'm top of the group. I think I've still got games to play technically, like after the Euros, but I stopped at the Euros. So currently we're sitting top of that group with 3 wins against Germany, Belarus and Lithuania. I'm on 9 points. I beat Germany.
She managed to beat.
Yep, beat them 3-0.
Yeah, we've played 3 games as well. We've got Lithuania, Belarus as well. We've got Northern Ireland and we've got Russia. So probably an easier group. But you know, we're the top seed, which would be why
Yep.
we don't have a Germany in our group. Russia's probably the biggest opponent. And our first 3 games were Lithuania, Russia, and Northern Ireland. You know, 4-1 against Lithuania, 2-0 against Russia, 2-0 against Northern Ireland. Easy wins.
Easy stuff.
Yeah. So that's it. So we're actually 9 wins from 9 games so far as England manager.
It's doing pretty good. Doing Southgate for his money at least. Showing him
Yeah.
how it's done. So yeah, the main objective of this save really was.
This is standard England though. To be fair, Veggie, like England always do this. Like we can win every qualifying game. We might have struggle in 1 or 2. You know, maybe we'll struggle against the Ukraine or a Poland.
Yep.
Or a Slovakia, and then. You know, we'll get to the tournament. We're like, England's not. We'll win some friendlies as well. England's not lost since 3 years. And then I think it was. I can't remember who it was under. It might have been under Roy Hodgson or something. Like we won about 25 games. I think we lost 3 or something.
Yep.
We had like in international football, England had one of the lowest win rates, lowest loss rates.
Yeah.
Right? They didn't lose hardly any games. But the point is, you lose the crucial game.
Yep.
If you lose the crucial game, they're serial bottlers.
Can't handle the pressure.
No.
So we play 2 friendlies, which don't really matter here, and then we move into the European group. So I get drawn in Group D. My group was really funny. It surprised me. I got annoyed that one of the teams was in here instead of someone else. So we have England, which is same to real life. We then get Wales. And I'm thinking, currently we've got England, Scotland and Wales in this group. I'm like, please give me Northern Ireland and just have this as like the UK group. We get Sweden.
Did they qualify?
Well, I didn't check, but that's...
right. Don't forget they had... Them and Ireland both had playoffs, didn't they?
Yeah.
They might not have gone.
But we get Sweden. So not so close. I was quite devastated when I seen that. I was like, oh, come on, you could have gave us that. Yeah. Who did you get?
We got Portugal, Israel, and Belgium again.
Oh wow!
Which is a very tough group.
Yeah, that's really tough actually. How? Talk us through game by game, I suppose, because it's only 3 games.
Sure. Well, we had our friendlies. Did you not organise some friendlies? Pre-season friendlies?
I had 2. I had St. Lucia and Denmark, who I beat 2 and 9-0.
St. Lucia. Oh, tough opposition. Preparing for England with St. Lucia.
Yeah. I think I wanted the easiest game possible. Just
I gave us Argentina and Holland as friendlies. We lost 1-0 to Argentina, annoyingly.
Oh.
So that was actually the first loss in a game. But it was a pretty close game. They scored a 92nd minute goal as well, which was really annoying.
That doesn't count.
No. And then we beat the Netherlands. I mean, yeah, 92nd minute goals don't count. We beat the Netherlands. So in the group, we beat Portugal 3-0.
Yep. Okay.
Resounding win.
Yep.
We beat Israel 4-0. Resounding win.
Mhm.
And at this point, I'm thinking, right, so this year's Euros, the real ones. Here's the thing, right? Whoever finished second in England and Scotland's group. No, whoever finishes first has to play second place from a group with Portugal, Germany, France, and Hungary. Like, forget Hungary, right? So you got to play one of those 3 teams basically in the next round. If you finish second in England's group, you have to play second place from a group which contains, I don't remember which group it is, but it's like I think it's a group which has Netherlands. Hang on, let me open up the Euro groups. Okay, you don't want Netherlands.
Nope.
I think it's Netherlands, Sweden. Who is it? Oh, here we go. Sorry, Spain, Sweden, Poland, and one other team who's not.
That's still quite a tough group. Do you want to come up against Poland, Spain, or Sweden? I'm not too sure.
More than I want to. I mean, let's assume Sweden win the group, which they might not. But
I see you're probably looking at Spain and probably Poland.
Yeah, Slovakia, Spain, Sweden, Poland, and Slovakia. So yeah, Sweden, Poland, or Slovakia, or Germany, France, or Portugal. Which are you going to take, right? So I was thinking going into this is where it relates back into the FM. I was thinking, right, I'm top of the group. I'm 6 points. I'm through. Even is the best third place player, I'll be through.
Yep.
Let me have a look who I can get in the next round. And it doesn't. There's no way of working it out in the game.
Yeah.
I couldn't work out if there was. It doesn't tell me which group I would have been faced off against.
Yep.
Because I think it's too complicated for the. It's too complicated for the game to demonstrate what the permutations are of who you might play. And also, I think, looking at the other groups, I was like, I can't work out who it might be.
Mm-hmm.
So I just thought, all right, we'll try and win the game, or we'll try and do well. We were, what was the score? We were third game against Belgium. We were 2-1 up after 38 minutes, 3-1 up after 52 minutes, but we ended up drawing 3-3. So it was fine. We topped the group. That was a draw. That was the first competitive game we didn't win.
All right. Okay.
So how did the group phases go for little old Scotland? For wee Scotland.
The sarcasm. So we open up with a 2-1 win against Wales, which I was quite happy with. I thought Wales were potential. Well, actually, every one of the teams in this group could easily take points off us. So we start. Ampadu scores an 8th minute own goal, and then Callum McGregor scores in the 41st minute to make it 2-1. We then go against England in the second game, which much tougher opposition. Mason Mount and Harry Kane, only 2-0. So I'll certainly take a 2-0 loss.
Yeah. Would you take that? Would you take that in the summer?
Absolutely not. I fully expect a 7-0 win from Scotland in the summer. In a couple of weeks, I want to see.
Have they called up Shankland?
They've not. They've not. I put him in my fantasy team and then got the notification that he's not been called up. I was like, God damn it. So maybe it won't happen. And then Sweden in the last day. So this one was pretty much a 6 point, not quite a 6 point tie, but Sweden are sitting third currently. I'm sitting second. We're both on 3 points. Anyone can qualify here. Kevin Nisbet, 14th minute goal. We see the game out 1-0. And we go second with England winning all 3.
Oh yeah, you could even have gone through with third, to be honest.
Yeah, but we get through with 6 points and we move on to the second round, I believe, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh, just a quick question. So, you said you dropped Ryan Fraser? It's not a question actually. So, Dean Henderson was my starting goalkeeper.
Yep.
For the England team, he didn't play a game for Man United all season. And I dropped him in, I don't know, around January.
Yep.
He didn't get called up for the qualifiers. He came to me and he said, why are you not selecting me? You've not played any fucking football. Sorry, I don't know, you might have to bleep that one.
No, that's fine.
So yeah, he wasn't happy, and I don't even think he made it into my final squad.
Oh dear. I had quite a few of that. I had Ollie McBurney come to me asking why I wasn't picking him, and it was just like, I hate you. Just leave me alone.
Has he been picked in real life?
I hope not. I actually couldn't tell you. I doubt it, no. I doubt it.
I think he beat someone up, didn't he?
He did. He was recently filmed beating up someone that was annoying him.
I don't know if it was him or not, but
no, I think it was.
He was arrested. Oh, okay, great. Lovely career.
I think the guy had been tormenting him, but that's no excuse, I suppose. I feel bad for him in that sense.
Apparently. But he's off to Rangers just to make you love him even more, Veggie.
In real life, is he, or in your game?
According to no IRL. According to the shit rags today. Sorry, I've just sworn twice in the space of about 2 minutes to make your job harder.
It's fine, don't worry. This will not get bleeped. yeah, so then I had a few. I had Ryan Fraser moan at me. I think I had McBurney, and I maybe had someone else, but I don't like them in real life. So I just was like, I don't. I'm being fickle.
Fine, yeah.
I don't care about how you feel about me. I want to play with my players. But in the second round, I get Austria, which is actually a really, really tough game. And disappointingly, I lose 2-1, and that's me out the Euros.
Oh,
Yeah.
second round, out in the second round.
Yep.
We got Hungary,
Okay.
so we had some lunch. We got hungry, so it's a bad dad joke. We smashed them 2-0, like we absolutely dominated the game. So we go into this quarterfinals now.
Yep. Talk me through the rest of it.
There's quite a few. See, this is where I wonder where it would have gone. Actually, this is a good point. So where, if I'd have finished second in my group, I assume Belgium finished second. So I would have had France if I'd have finished second in the second round. So I'm actually glad I got Hungary and won the group. But we played Spain in the Olympic Stadium in Rome.
All right.
And we lost 3-0.
Oh, devastating. At least
And it was a pretty close game, to be fair. You know, the shots on target 6-5. XG are both around 1. Possession both around 50%. Really close.
Yep.
But yeah, that's. I don't. They've got a disallowed Pickford goal for some reason as well, which I don't understand. Oh no, there is an own goal. That's the own goal. So Pickford scored an own goal.
See, he's offside in his own net.
It was ridiculous as well. I can't remember what the own goal was. I'm gonna have to look at it now. Maybe that'll have to go in your highlights package.
Yeah.
But yeah, we lost 3-0 to Spain in a game where maybe 1-0 would have been fair, but 3-0 was certainly a bit over the top.
Bit disappointing for you.
Oh yeah, it's hit the bar, hit the post, bang back in off his head. So yeah, well we're out in the quarterfinal. So you lose to Spain, you lose to Spain.
This is it. It's nothing embarrassing. You don't take a big loss. Well, you take a loss, but not one that you can be overly disappointed with. I suppose that's what it takes. So I'll give you the win for this one, Mr. Maggio.
Well, it depends what the expectations are. What were the expectations?
My players were just ecstatic to be qualifying. Like, I had so many team talks where I was like, good job, and it was like, you could talk to your team now and let them know there's no pressure to win. And I was like, there is fucking pressure to win here.
They wanted to reach the semi-final, but they said we got a difficult draw, so they're okay with quarterfinal.
They're fine with it. Oh, fair enough. Let me performance. They're very happy with me. They're disappointed with my second round loss to Austria, and they're disappointed with my performance in the European League. Even though, yeah, that's because I finished third on that. But otherwise, they're happy with everything else, and I've got a B rating.
E rating, nice. You got a better rate. I don't know. You might get the win here because I don't think I've got a C rating.
A C. Oh, well, I tell you what. Then we won't decide who wins this. If people want to comment and let us know who wins,
say who wins.
Yeah, let us know on that one. We can't decide. I don't think I should win because I didn't get far. But then you did have England, so maybe you should have won it. But yeah, drop in the comments.
About winning it, but yeah, I think we should have done better, especially as we'd done so well up till that point. So we lost 2 games. We lost a friendly to Argentina. We drew a match with Belgium, which was considering we smashed them 6-1 earlier in the season. We'd already beaten them twice.
Yeah,
and then
Belgium
just that loss to Spain.
Yep.
I thought Spain would be similar to Portugal, who we'd beaten a few times as well. But
Spain are quite tricky. Yeah, I've realised I've not actually checked who won this because I don't.
No, I haven't. The final's still got to be played, apparently.
What date's the final? Let me go on holiday until then. Let me go for another 10 days.
European Football Championship final. We got. Oh, well, okay. You say you got knocked out by. Wow. Okay. So after Spain beat me, so Russia knocked out Germany, Austria knocked out Switzerland, and France knocked out Croatia. Semi-final, Austria knocks out France, and Russia knocks out Spain. You've got an Austria-Russia final.
Jeez.
An Austria-Russia final.
That is not something you could see happening in real life at all.
No. So maybe on the back of that, you shouldn't be worried about going out to Austria.
Yeah. I mean,
they got David Alaba taking them to the final.
Yeah, they've actually got a really good squad. There was a few players. Is it Poulsen plays for them as well? Is he? I feel like he plays for them. Oh no, is it Sabitzer?
Poulsen's Danish. Sure. It's a Danish name.
Let me double check because there was a couple in them. I've probably just absolutely done myself here. Austria national team senior squad. let me see if I striker. Sabitzer, Arnautovic, that was it, sorry. Arnautovic and Sabitzer.
Arnautovic is good, yeah.
Wolf.
Although he's not done very well for me at Fulham. I've got him in a Fulham save.
Yeah. Alaba, Lima, Dragovic. I mean, it's not a world class squad, but it's certainly a very good one, to say the least. I'm still trying to see who wins it here, but semi-finals then. Who's in your semi-final here, Si? Who have you got?
We have. If I can find it again, lost it now. In the semi-finals are France, Austria, and Russia versus Spain.
Right. Okay. I've got Austria versus Croatia and Ukraine versus Spain. But if I look at my quarterfinals, Spain actually beat England on penalties, and Croatia beat Italy, and Ukraine beat France. Wow. So the winners of that for me is Croatia won 3-1 and Ukraine beat Spain 1-0 and head into the final. So we've got a Croatia-Ukraine final here. Unbelievable.
We got similar. We had Ukraine. Sorry, Ukraine. Ukraine got knocked out in the first round. Ukraine didn't win a game. They
Wow.
drew. They were finished bottom of their group. No, sorry. Austria beat France 1-0 and Russia beat Spain 1-0.
Wow, so you've got right, okay, interesting. So I'm looking at this Croatia-Ukraine game then. Ukraine absolutely dominate the game. Croatia don't have a single shot on target and have a 0.25 xG for a European Cup final, and it's a 93rd minute goal that win Ukraine the Euros. Can you believe it? Ukraine win the Euros are massive. Who's lifting the trophy over there?
We've got an 8th minute goal for Dazuba for Russia.
Yep.
A 66th minute red card for Wolf for Austria. And then an 81st minute penalty for Dazuba. So
2-0 victory.
that was it. Yep. 2-0.
There you go. So both actually probably quite shock results. Something that is this a sign to come? Should I be back in Ukraine to win the Euros? Should you be back
these
in
Eastern European teams?
Yeah.
Russia, Ukraine. I don't even know if they've qualified, to be honest.
I
think they both have. They both have.
Yeah,
They both
I
have.
think
They're
they
both
have.
in there.
Cool. Right. Well, we'll call that a wrap. Let us know in the comments who you think wins. Who's got the bigger upset as well, Ukraine or Russia? Let us know. Thanks for coming on, Si. Once again, been an absolute pleasure.
Cheers, Veggie. It's been fun. It's been interesting saves.
Yeah, it's been.
Shame. I feel like I've disappointed with my results over the season, but
Yep.
especially as last year when I played this. In last year's when I got promoted, I think I went on an unbeaten season with Pompey, and we won the World Cup with England. So
Yeah, you've really let yourself down on this one then.
yeah, definitely.
The pressure's got to you. Veggie comes out on top in at least one of the matchups. But yeah, so
I got silver. Only one of us has got silverware. To be fair.
that is true. But I'm in the championship and you're not. So
I'm in the Europa League, the Nations League semi-final. I've got a semi-final against Germany coming up.
fair enough. I'll allow it. Yeah. Cool. Well, thank you for coming on, and we'll see you guys the next time. Yep.